Mike Schaff does our web design. Steve Foley, and both great guys, and they've been around the area a long time, and they told some great stories about prehistoric monsters that live in the lake and just bodies that are floating around, and they had a lot of real knowledge of what the lake has to offer. And so listen to those guys talk and tell their stories. I mean, we had a great time.
Tahoe has such a beautiful side to it. It has many beautiful sides. It also has kind of a darker, mysterious side. That's going to come with something that's so deep and cold and pretty much inaccessible at this point. In the mid-1970s, famed explorer Jacques Cousteau came to Lake Tahoe to explore its depths, and he was going to do a very deep filming of the lake and what's in the bottom of the lake. Everybody was real excited, and then we never really heard anything back about it. A couple of years ago, I had heard a kind of a rumor that he refused to show the footage, that he burned it basically for the first time ever in his life. He was quoted as saying something like, "The world's not ready to see what's down there." He didn't even say what he saw, he said what's down there, you know, which raised a bunch of questions. There's the physics of the lake that would support that bodies wouldn't float to the top and they wouldn't decompose in the same manner because of the depths and because of the constant near freezing temperatures in the lower levels. In fact, you don't have to go very far down to reach that mean temperature. So I don't know what he saw. He might have saw some Italians with cement shoes, or you know, some wildlife and a mixture of things that maybe he didn't want to cap his career as being the guy who found this morbid discovery. But I don't know.
So if you would have told me 20 years ago that I would have been fishing with Sammy Hagar's son, Aaron Hagar, I wouldn't have believed you. Sammy Hagar owns Cabo Wabo Cantina, and it's just a real fun bar. They had some great food. They have live bands, just live music every night of the week, and they get some of the pretty big bands in there. Aaron Hagar is his son. Aaron was a great guy. He graciously welcomed us into the Cabo Cantina, set us up with whatever we needed. When we met Aaron that night, we got along with him real well and decided to bring him out on the boat with us and see if he could catch a few fish. Aaron, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Shannon. I'm cold.
Me and you both. It was a little frosty out this morning. A little earlier than before. Hopefully we'll get on an early bite and have a good time today.
Oh yeah, you betcha. It's gonna warm up a little bit too. That'll be nice.
Yeah, once that sun peaks that mountain, man, we'll be good to go.
Fish like biting this cold?
Yes. They don't care what temperature it is.
They don't care what temperature it is? Oh man, I'm so cold I can't eat yet. I can't eat the fish if it comes up. I'm done. Catch us moon setting?
Yeah, that's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, that's one of the beautiful things up here in Tahoe, man. We got landscapes that'll take your breath away.
That's one of the neatest things I've ever seen at Cave Rock.
Mm-hmm. Indians used to throw themselves off that, supposedly, legends say.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Silly as it sounds, it's like the warmest gloves I have.
Nobody will give me half price on gloves.
No? You get a half price on nothing, man, up here.
I only need one, dude. Oh.
It's a little early, I'm sorry. Hey, I can't acknowledge jokes like that. You know, I'm uncomfortable.
I think you're uncomfortable with anything. You know, Aaron was saying that his dad will die on stage, and he just has so much fun. But being around that long, I mean, that says a lot about him. The guy's just a phenomenal artist.
He just goes and goes and goes. He's a great artist, great musician, great businessman, you know, a great parent.
And it looks like, you know, it got passed on to his son, Aaron, too. Aaron is a phenomenal painter, singer also.
Kind of grew up a hybrid, but I live full-time as an artist. You know, it's very rewarding to be able to capture something in life, and I mostly work in watercolor. So, and up here, I mean, my God, I wish I had more time to do some of the landscaping here because it's just beautiful, the stuff here. It's a great life. I have no complaints.
Have you ever done this out on the lake here?
Fishing? No.
No? First time?
I've been fishing in 15 years.
We got a virgin.
Yeah, when you guys said, I'm like, cool, it's been a long time. Yeah, you know, I used to love fishing. Dad and I used to fish sometimes, and my grandma, she was an awesome fisherman, and we used to fish all the time. She used to love to fish. Now, you guys got some big lures and stuff here.
That's right. Big lures, big fish.
I want to know about some of this stuff. You know, we have a Tahoe Tessie up here. We got a Loch Ness Monster kind of thing. and I heard it was a sturgeon.
Out here at Lake Tahoe, we have the legend of the Tahoe Tessie, or the Tahoe Monster. People have seen something in the lake for years and years and years out here. There's also been reports of serpent-type animals 100 feet long. Probably are directly related to post-vessel wakes or remnant vessel wakes, particularly if you've had a few beers.
Well, there's some nice squigglies. What's that about?
Whoa, that's a sea serpent. Hey, did you guys get the
Nessie.
sea serpent on your blip?
That is strange.
What do you think?
Is it just straight black? There's
That's a serpent, baby.
Thought it was all poppycock until I have seen this thing a few times, and I do believe that they are sturgeon.
9 feet, about, you know.
What is that?
A well-respected government employee, he said that's a large aquatic creature. And all I got to tell you is I didn't want to dive in a lake for a few weeks after that.
Something really big way back there.
I mean, on the water, little black
see
thing?
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually fairly new to downriggers. I just put them on my boat last summer. So these big electric downriggers, and you know, in Colorado we're not used to fishing this deep. But I went in to check the depth. Steve was getting the other rod ready, and I went in to look at his fish finder and see if I could see anything on there.
Oh, why'd this one trip, man?
When I came back out and looked over my rod, it had tripped. So I picked it up and felt it, gave a little tug.
Did it?
I think so.
I grabbed it, pulled back on a little bit. Sure enough, fish on.
Oh man, I got a long ways to go too.
Pulling it in, waiting, you know, looking at the line counting reel to see how much line you had left before you actually get to see the fish.
There's a head shake. That's what I like. Only 200 more feet to go. That deep, I can't tell, but I mean, he definitely, I think, has some weight to it. 80 feet.
It's hard to tell which way it's going, huh? I was using a braided line, and that's a pretty slippery line. It'll slip right out of that clip, but Steve had it hooked up perfect, and to be able to look down and see the fish that you're reeling up that far back, it's just amazing.
Warm up a little bit now. Nice. Going back to sunbathing.
That's it. Anytime now.
Come on, get him.
There he is, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yay. Woohoo!
It was probably a good 20 feet deep, and you could just see this fish swimming to the surface. I've never seen water that clear, and to be able to look down and see the fish that you're reeling up that far back, it's just amazing. We had a few different boats out. Everybody was trying different techniques to figure out where the fish were, how deep to fish, how fast to fish. And we were using flashers, which are also called dodgers, with a minnow tipped at the end.
We use dodgers and minnows, and we put them deep, and we sended them up, and then you put that together with your speed. If you're going to be going faster, then you need a longer leader. Then you want to knock down the bend on the back part of your dodger. So these are all little things that you fine-tune through the time.
Look at that fat belly.
You're definitely
That's a
tired.
big. Hey, you got a big belly. Look at you. Whoa. Good size. He's kind of cute.
200 feet, a fish would have an air bladder the size of a teaspoon, and that stabilizes it in a water column. Now, if you bring that fish up too fast to where it cannot dissipate that air bladder, the air bladder at about 2 atmospheres loses its holding power and expands to its full ambient size.
Oh, it's an air bubble.
Swim bladder.
Wow, look at
a
that.
little-
There you
You
go.
gotta pop him?
I generally pop them.
Yeah.
The common technique to do this would be to get a needle and poke a hole in its belly and perforate the air bladder and let this fish go back down in the water. 90% of the time, they just zoom right back down.
Lately, we've been trying to see if we can get them back down on the downrigger clip.
For the most efficient technique that I've seen, you hook the downrigger clip onto the Mackinaw's lip, either at the top or right on the bottom, and you use offshore downrigger clips, black, and their little rubber pads hold their teeth pretty good on the jaw. Then you gently lower the Mackinaw down into the water, down to about 60-70 feet where you can see them. And then you pull the boat forward, and then the Mack comes off and swims down.
One of the girls said, boy, that guy looks like Quint from Jaws.
Oh yeah, the Indianapolis story. Oh boy. I'll never put on a life jacket again. You'll never get me in one. Ever. Nah. You can have one. Holy mother of Mackinac.
Wow. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
As if Lake Tahoe wasn't beautiful enough, the house we stayed in was right on the lake. They have their own windbreak rocks where they can pull their boat in, and they have this amazing little backyard, nice grill patio area, a little path that goes down to their sun deck and down to the boat launch. When you get into the house, you walk down a little hallway, and the main living area is just huge. 4 couches in there, they're all down pillows, a big huge marble fireplace, gas fireplace that we turned on. It was just a real relaxing environment, and it just makes you not want to leave. Walk into the kitchen. I've never been in a kitchen that big. The beautiful marble island with the cooktops and the griddle and the ceilings. They're all wood with the recessed lighting. The master bedroom is huge. They had a couch in the bedroom. They had a king-size bed. Comfortable. Its own private bathroom in there that has a tub that sits up against the windows, and it looks like it just goes right off into the lake. I mean, it's beautiful. The shower was just amazing, nice and big, and actually a place to sit down in the shower. But you go down into the basement, there's a huge area. I mean, you go to the left, and there's a TV area with a pool table. You walk around to the back of that, there's a hot tub back there. Then you walk through there, and there's its own workout room. Any of the rooms you went in, I mean, it was just amazing. The accommodations they had were outstanding. Poland's Realty website has numerous vacation homes around Lake Tahoe.
You don't have to stay at a hotel. You can come onto our website and book any one of these vacation rentals just like you would a hotel room. By the time you add up the cost of putting 10 people in beds in a hotel, you can see it's absolutely much more affordable. You have a much better experience.
We really want to acknowledge Sharon Margolis and Nick Poland of Poland Realty Group. Just outstanding. They took care of us beyond my expectations.
You're going to have a ton of audio, dude. We're just going to be...
We already have a whole show now.
Yeah, this is kind of disappointing. I thought you'd have bigger fish around here.
So you just want me to start rambling on?
Bill, you gonna dance a little bit for us? Woohoo! Go, man, go! It's the cold, man. Cold makes everything stiff.
Not everything.
I hope you like to edit. Look, Tessie! I swear it was the lighting. It looked like the Loch Ness Monster.